STARS is an acronym for Special Needs Tracking and Awareness Response System, and we're a program that connects children with complex medical needs with their local EMS responders and community hospitals when needed. STARS started about 2.5 years ago when myself and some fellow paramedics of mine realized that we were really struggling with pediatric patients who had these complex medical needs, and oftentimes they required treatment that didn't follow our normal protocol. Cardinal Glennon fully supports our program, and this is where our medical direction home is. My first suggestion would be to reach out to your local ambulance and fire department and see if they're involved with STARS already. Many of them will be.
Collinsville joined the STARS program in 2015. We reached out to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital as well as the different specialties over there, and that evolved into opening up an entire STARS program here in Collinsville, where any child who has any complicated medical condition allow us to know what treatment they need ahead of time. Before we get there, we realized that there's a lot more children in the Collinsville area that could probably benefit from this program. We frequently see parents and children at the Italian Fest and the Halloween Walk who would come up and who would ask about it.
We found out about the STARS program through one of the firefighters that works for the Collinsville Fire Department. And he was a friend of ours and recommended that because Charlie goes to school in the Collinsville Emergency District and because we spend a lot of time in Collinsville, that it would be good to have him registered with the STARS program. So in the event of an emergency, we'd be able to relay that information and Charlie's STARS number to the EMS. They could take over his care and help us get him to Glennon, where he can be taken care of by his particular team.
What you do is you call the firehouse at 346-5022 and ask for me, Tim Rainey, and I will get some basic information, your address, your telephone number, and those kinds of things. And then I'll come out and I'll meet with you. And I will get all the medical history from you. I will meet the child, we'll take his photograph so that we have a picture of him as well in our files. And then we'll get all the appropriate forms signed so that we can get the medical information from the hospital as well. And this is not just for Cardinal Glennon. We have children who go to St. Louis Children's Hospital who can also be enrolled in this program. And then once we get everything put together, we'll come out and have a final discussion and make sure that everything is correct. And the forms will be printed up and placed on all the ambulances so that any ambulance that goes out will have a book that has all the children's information in it. We send a copy over to the police department and it's entered into the 911 system. The children will be given an ID tag that we ask that you put somewhere on them so that in the event that they were to be injured and someone were to come across them and see that STARS number and they were to tell the 911 dispatcher anywhere in the St. Louis area, we have Region 4 STARS 32, and that would go to their dispatch, and then the crews responding would then be told that same information.
Parents with children who have these complex medical needs jump at this program.
It is a big relief to the parents if they know that there are people here in Collinsville who are trained, who understand their child's medical condition, so that in the event that they do need help, they know that there's going to be one of 32 guys coming who have the knowledge of that medical condition and who can treat that child appropriately.
We are in a unique situation where Charlie looks very healthy to the outward glance, but his health status can change really easily, and he's got some intricacies that you can't see by the naked eye. And so to know that there's an entire team here in Collinsville right here with us that can take over Charlie's care and support him in a way that puts him in the best possible position if we would have an emergency. That's really important to us.
I'd like to open this up to all the residents in Collinsville, and even if you don't have a special needs child, you probably either have a friend or a relative or someone you go to church with who has a special needs child who lives here in Collinsville. And refer them to us so that we can get all their information and we can reach out to them and give them the care that they need. And we even have some STARS kids who don't live in Collinsville, who live on the fringe of Collinsville, but their children go to Collinsville schools. We'll go out and talk to them as well.
The STARS program is a way for your local EMTs and your local paramedics to gather information both from you as a parent, from your child's caregivers, from your child's medical team, and have all of that information at their fingertips in the event of an emergency.
Our goal with STARS is to help as many children as possible.